Hi, and welcome to what I think will be the last newspaper article Lucky Dip for this series. I believe that there are only enough picks left in the hat to do us for this episode. We'll see how long the articles are. I think that this will be it. So we'll borrow Vet's hat. Thank you so much, Vet. You've been great this season. Thank you. The boys are fighting. That's a thing. Trigger warnings. I don't know what's going to come out the hat. I never know. Have never known. It's a lucky dip. So if you are particularly sensitive to any scenario that you can think of, anything, look in the description below. Ensure that there's not been an article picked out the hat that is likely to affect you. Okay, we'll get into it then. I'm sorry for kitteny noises in the background. The boys, they cannot be helped. We have the Dundee Courier for the 29th of December 1864. And we'll see what the Dundee Courier has for us. Okay, so to begin us for this episode, we have another strange occurrence. Some days ago, a boy found about the seashore what appeared to be a piece of old iron railing, which he carried home. The servant girl in the house soon afterwards took up the article and put it below a pot on the fire to keep the culinary utensil in position. She then left the apartment, when soon after there was heard a most alarming explosion, which apparently proceeded from the kitchen, and on the inmates of the house rushing to the place indicated by the noise, they were both alarmed and surprised to find the broth pot knocked to shivers and several articles of furniture more or less injured. On looking for the cause, the piece of iron which the boy had brought to the house was got, when it was ascertained to be the bomb of a harpoon, an article which used to be experimented with some 20 years ago while prosecuting the whale fishing, and the same article which had produced the mischief must have been loaded and casting about for that length of time. It was lucky that there was no one in the kitchen at the time of the explosion, as there is every probability that the consequences might have been serious. Yeah, the shrapnel for that cooking pot would have got you. The amount of armaments that are out there in the world, unexploded, just out there, and it could be in the form of a find that someone has brought back from the beach. Could be something that's been brought home by a metal detector, or a farmer tilling his fields and just finding a random thing and going, oh, I don't know what that is, might be useful later. Back to the shed with you. And they have no idea that, well, they've got a literal time bomb in their house, There was, I think it was a farmer who found a can. It seemed like a solid piece of metal, like a can of some sort, I think, that kind of shape. So he decided he was going to make it into a hammer, and that was a bomb. I'm not sure if he died. I would think he probably died. But was that maybe a Darwin Award story? I'm not sure. But yeah, crazy. Like, we have endangered ourselves as humans in our own homes, on our own turf, in our own world, so apparently in our nature. We next have the Aberdeen Press Journal for the 3rd of July 1811. See what the Aberdeen Press Journal has. Okay, so this is a short article, which is nice if we're going to get through what we have in one episode. We have a marriage was celebrated last month at Paris between a wine merchant and a female who, disguised in male attire, had served in a regiment of Hussars 6 years, and during that time given such proofs of valour that she had been raised from the ranks to a captaincy. In a late action in Spain, she was wounded in the breast, which led to discovery of her sex, and she was permitted to retire on half pay. This is a story we've encountered before, for the gender fluidity in Scottish history as an example of the heights that women could attain up to the start of the 20th century, as long as they were prepared to live their life as a man and disguise who they really were. We'll have another one. And the final title, Outer Hat, is for the Lennox Herald for the 28th of June 1890. And we'll see what the Lennox Herald has to see us out. Although now I don't need my hat for articles. Where to see us out. Let's have a look, see what this has. Hi. You coming up to steal more of my things? I think you were. You saw you was being watched. This one has a very remarkable petition. It has been submitted by a number of women in Galicia to the Emperor of Austria. It is more significant as coming so quickly upon the successful duel when a young lady vanquished her opponent, a doctor. The Galician women claim military service on the ground that they are more robust and more courageous than effeminate men. They even undertake to be no charge upon the state, for we will dress and equip ourselves without asking for even the smallest pay. I do not believe in war, because it settles nothing and destroys everything, but I cannot help being struck by the simple patriotism of this demand of the Galician woman. That's very heroic of them. And for no pay? Really? War's a lot of hassle. No one wants to go through that much hassle. I mean, full stop. Really. No one should want to go through that much hassle. Obviously, there are people that need to make money, and war is how they do that. So, you know, it's how the world goes. But these women are literally like, we will be a free army for you. We will literally make our own clothes, we'll wash, we'll cook, we'll fix whatever needs fixing, and we'll fight for our country. So let us. I don't know that they were ever taken up on that. I certainly never heard anything after regarding our Galician women. I wonder what the Emperor of Austria made of that petition. Probably gobsmacked, I would think. But that is us for season 2 of the newspaper article Lucky Dip. And it's been fun. It's been interesting. It's always interesting doing these things. And be reminded of randomness that's taken my notice while doing other researches. So we may see you for season 3. Take care.